the first octopus-inspired token that this channel will be covering. And I gotta say, they have some pretty interesting things, from a kind of almost buy competition, hourly buy competition, to the way they do kind of these reflections, but not necessarily reflections, along with many other things, including hints to a GameFi feature. Let me introduce you guys to OCFI. So we're actually going to start out here on the Guardian page first, because they do have some interesting things I want to cover on here. First of all, they talk about a referral code that will generate you 2% of every purchase that is made using that referral code. We'll be talking more about that later on in the video, along with dividends to be paid to you in ETH, kind of the reflections that we were talking about, again, covering more about that later on in the video, along with teasers and hints about a dividend-paying NFTs. And they have an adjustable contract that will be brainstormed and voted on by the community to add token functions. Now, the community had already, it sounds like the community had already brainstormed and voted on an adjustable contract based on some things that they have here. Again, stay tuned in further in the video to see what I'm talking about here. Hey guys, just wanted to stop in here real quick just to say we are almost reaching our minor goal that we have for the channel. That is 750 subscribers. We're currently at 728. If you are not subscribed, please do consider subscribing if you do enjoy the content, and giving this video a like. It does help a lot. If you guys want to help the channel even further, I do have a link for a buy me a coffee if you guys want to go ahead and tip the video. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you guys. Now let's get back into the video. So we go down here, we see, of course, their total supply is 1 million, once circulating 1 million. They have liquidity locked till January 23rd, 2023. I did check. It was a mistypo. It wasn't 2022. It was 2023. Probably just accidentally misclicked, which is perfectly fine. Happens before. I've done it several times. Again, here we go. Reflections, no, but there's a certain percent of taxes that go to you in dividends in ETH. So again, like I said, it's not necessarily reflections back into tokens, but it's reflections based off of kind of a based in ETH as a dividends. Really interesting concept and idea. They don't have a burn right now, but it could be added if the community feels is needed and necessary. Now, of course, of the taxes that are collected from buys, transfers, and even sells, we'll be talking on why they have this range from 10 to 30%. 10% will go to the dividends, 20% goes to liquidity, 18% to the biggest buyer contract. Again, stay tuned further in the video to watch this. 15% to the marketing wallet, 12% to the team wallet, and 5% going to the dev wallet. Now, of course, again, they have 10% buys on reflections. Again, not necessarily reflections, kind of this interesting concept and idea that they're given. And then, of course, their max sells being at 30%. So now let's actually get into their website and let's break down these features even more. Because again, like I said, they are very interesting and pretty cool in my opinion. Let's go. Alrighty, so here we are on the website. Let's go ahead and click on the features. As you guys can see here, the top, it has features, biggest buyer, view account, frequently asked questions, and of course, a connect your wallet feature. So if we go down to here, they have dynamic fees. The buy and sell fees are dynamically updated based on price action. Anytime someone sells, a formula involving the price impact and current liquidity is used to calculate how much to increase the sell fee by before their sale is processed. The buy fee will remain static and updated manually as needed, and the sell fee will be reverted back to 10% at a rate of 1% per minute. So again, with the max being about 30%, or it could manually be added up higher if the community deems it so. Let's say it reaches up that 30%. It'll take roughly about, ideally, 20 minutes for it to get back down to that 10%. And then, of course, we go to dividend rewards. This is going to be your token fees that will be paid out to you in ETH. So 50% will be paid out immediately. They'll be readily available immediately as soon as they get the transaction processed. The other 50 will be stored in the contract, and you'll be able to actually see and collect them under the view account selection, as you guys saw earlier on the top right of the screen. And again, of course, you're going to have to connect your wallet to that stuff to get to access. Now, here's the hourly biggest buyer. Every hour, up to 1% or 5% of fees are allocated towards a side pool that will be rewarded in the largest single purchase or largest cumulative purchases based on a weighted average in the previous hour. It's fully automated and on-chain, with the biggest hourly buyer board being displayed on the website. And we will show you guys that is under the biggest buyer tab. And here's another one interesting thing that kind of gives that more vibe of reflections is referrals. So whenever you buy 100 tokens, a referral code is given to you. And anyone who uses that referral code to buy tokens of any amount will then be able to earn both you and themselves a 2% reward. So you'll get rewarded 2% of whatever the purchase may be. They'll talk about it more down below here. So dynamic fees, of course, right now the standing fees are 10% and 10% for buy and sell. They say the reason why when the sell fee is high, you must use at least 45% slippage is because when you get to the 30%, Uniswap will actually add an additional 5% just to kind of give themselves a little more breathing room. That is what the 10%, of course. The 10%, you do have to put 15 to give it a little more breathing room. So I'd assume the same thing with 30. It would try to push it up to 45. That way it has more of that breathing room, more space to be able to, if need be, change or add on to things. So why OCFI? They have the algorithm here. We actually break it down the sell fees even more. The algorithm will increase the fee by the amount of ETH in the liquidity pool per 1% of price impact. Over time, of course, the sell fee will be reverted back to 10% at 1% per minute. With the maximum buying sell fee of 30%, with the option, of course, to increase, will then, of course, ensure that the token is always sellable on Uniswap. It's just, again, it's adding in that really unique, interesting anti-dump mechanism. Where somebody may be able to want to exit the pool if they are the project, if they want to try to do it several times, they will still slowly add up those the fees. Or let's say all of a sudden just 2, 3 wallets, 4 wallets all want to sell at the same time. Well, the first 2 may go through, but if they do a price impact, they can then push up the price, the sell tax even higher and higher to that 30% when people don't want to actually sell and they are forced to wait 30 minutes. During that time of 30 minutes, then people will be able to come in with buys and be able to buy up the dip that was caused by 1 or 2 wallets exiting the project. So the dividends, like I said, will 50% be available immediately. The other will be in a separate pool that will be distributed out by an average of like 1% per hour. So on average, you're probably going to be waiting 50 hours or so to get the rest of the 50% of your dividends. So they are actually able to be claimed up to any time up to 180 days using the existing dividend claim functionality on the website. Any dividends are not claimed after that period are considered forgotten and allocated to the marketing wallet. Now, from what this sounds like, it sounds like every single time, let's say I'd buy today, it doesn't mean that in 180 days, no matter how many times I've went to go claim my dividends, in 180 days, if I have any left over, it's going to be gone. What it sounds like it means is every single time you claim the dividends, the timer resets back to 180 days and then starts counting down, which roughly gives, I do believe, about 6 months. So that's plenty of time for you to be able to collect enough dividends to be able to probably rationalize to yourself to go ahead and claim those rewards. So referrals, of course, like I said, they'll be giving you 2 extra tokens, 2% extra tokens. For the buyer, they'll be getting 2% less fees. So instead of paying, let's say, 10% fees, they'll be paying like 8%. So the referral will always be rewarded, or will be rewarded on 2% of what was purchased. If the code was 1.453, then the person had purchased 1,000.143. The referrer will get 2% of the tokens bought. And again, like I said, the buyer will then get 2% less fees. So 8% buying tax, and they will then also be able to get their own referral as long as they buy over 100 tokens, which I do believe at current value, it's like, I think it's 4 cents, about $4. So as long as you spend $4 on the project, you will get your own referral code. Now, of course, that will change. It's just at the time of this video, it's $4 per 100 tokens. Let's actually break down the hourly biggest buyer. So you'll have to connect your wallet to be able to get access to your dividends, which will be here in the view account. And it'll also show here as well. It'll be showing your the biggest buyer. It'll say the current hour and then the amount bought and how much rewards of ETH they'll have. And of course, it looks like somebody had one the last hour, and they won about 0.117 ETH, or 0.01, sorry, 0.0117 ETH, because they were the biggest buyer. And of course, to be the biggest buyer, you have to purchase at least 275 tokens. I do believe even then it's about $10, maybe 10, 15, or $13, I do believe, to be able to qualify to be the biggest buyer. Check the view account. Let me go ahead and connect my wallet in here real quick, just to show you guys what it's going to look like. So of course, it has your connected address, the dividends you're going to be earning in ETH, the percent of that you're earning from all dividends, and then the guaranteed future dividends, which I again assume is the other half that you have not been able to claim yet because they are locked up but are being released every hour. So yeah, I was gonna say it's a really cool feature. It's kind of like it's like you go to staking, you go to like Shiba, Saitama, all those kind of guys, and you stake your tokens, and you go to check your rewards. It's kind of the same concept. You connect your wallet to this to see your rewards, what you've earned so far from the purchases that have been going on. Alrighty. Now that we are done talking about the project, it is of course time to give the honest opinions and ideas of what I have about this project. Right off the bat, like I said, they came in with very unique, interesting ways of being able to earn kind of that passive income, kind of earn the earn while you sleep kind of idea, right? With not only just the dividends, but also the referral codes, right? Giving you that option and being able to give your friends that kind of motive to be able to buy the project, can give you an incentive to shill more, right? Of course, getting your family and friends into it, which I find is really interesting, and it's a very good idea, because then at the same time as well, you can use the same incentivizing tools that about the referral code. Like, hey, buy at least 100 tokens, buy 1,000 tokens, whatever it may be. The project's super cheap right now, and of course, it's very small. I think they only have about 80 holders, 80 somewhere around that range holders right now, and so it's still extremely young. Like I said, it's about not even 2 weeks old. It's just over a week old. I think it's about 9 days old, 10 days old. So they still have a lot that they will be growing into, and a lot of things that they'll be focusing on and building. And of course, with the community project, you will always have that bigger sample size, that bigger voice that's giving you the general opinion of what will be the best thing to put into the project. That way you're not wasting, your time, money, effort into the wrong sectors, and of course becoming irrelevant because, people are not looking into that or looking for that. So that's another thing as well that I really like about community projects. You guys know this, but that I appreciate community projects that actually involve the community, involve community votes, involve communication from the community. It's really helpful, and it's a key to the project success at the end of the day, right? If them being able to proceed forward, well, they need to know overall, what they should be doing, how many people want to vote on this, how many people say this or say that, compared to, say, I don't know, a core team of like 6 people that decide on things and decide what features to add and all that, the sorts. So I like them. They are really interesting with the whole ideas that they have, the biggest buyer, the dividends, the referral code. the teasing of GameFi and NFTs collection later on. So again, like I said, we'll keep as a channel, we'll continue watching this project grow, giving updates on it, and just going from there. As you, the viewer, I will say that it's completely up to you guys whether you guys are incentivized to actually buy or not. If you are, I will have my personal referral code down in the description below. If you guys want to go ahead and use it, support not only yourself but also the channel, that'd be greatly appreciated. And yeah, I also have some plans and ideas. I want to see a year from now. Why don't we do a year video update video, see where we've gone and this past year with this project. So let me know in the comments below if that's something you guys want to see, and if you guys want to continue seeing updates on this. So yeah, of course, as always, stay safe out there, guys, and quest on.